Good morning, Redlo friends. It's early once again, and I don't normally do a Sunday episode, but I'm going to call this my Soulful Sunday message because my mind is awake and there has been a stirring in my soul, and I felt prompted to do this spontaneous episode. So I'm doing it. And I've been thinking about all of you, my midlife mamas who are now empty nesters. I just want to do a quick check-in and see how you're doing, because I am you, I see you, and I'm feeling all the feels too. How are you feeling after the holidays have ended? It's mid-January and life has resumed to normal, whatever normal is for you. Do you have kids in college, and have they been home from break and now back at school? As for me, my son was home all winter break with us, and we just put him on a plane to return back to school. It is his last winter break because he's a senior in college and stepping forward with his life. He's now heading towards that finish line, that final stretch towards graduation. He is my youngest, and wow, I could not be more proud of who he is. He's always been the happiest boy. In my book, Step Forward, I describe him as that curly-haired boy who rode his scooter down the long corridor with an infectious laugh. I can see it now. And I can hear that roaring laugh, especially when all of the kids were home. He still has that beautiful smile and that infectious laugh. He has a keen mind, a sharp wit, a beautiful heart, and a maturity that is beyond his years, with a steadiness that I sure wish I had at his age. He loves his older siblings, and they certainly love him. And I think my most favorite moment last year was the best man speech that he gave at his brother's wedding this past summer. It was a moment I was so incredibly proud of who he was. I really saw his heart in that moment. So yes, I'm proud of who he is, and I'm proud of the wonderful young man that he's grown into. How about you? Perhaps you're a bit like me and reminiscing and reflecting and looking at your older children and who they are now and feeling so proud of them. Especially after you've all gathered for the holidays. You see who they are and that they're able to stand on their own 2 feet with their own independent lives. And the love that they show you. For me, I'm full of emotion because I'm reflecting. I'm sad that my son is gone, but I'm happy that he's back with all of his friends in a place that he loves. He's excited to finish strong this semester, and I told him to take it all in because these moments matter. I'm grateful for the time that we had together and all the things we did. We had a lot of fun. We went skiing locally. We worked out, played pickleball, played some tennis, laughed, cooked, did a ceramics painting project, and just had a lot of wonderful downtime. But I think I'm most grateful for our conversations and hearing all about his adventures, the experiences that he's had in his classes, the time with his friends, hearing more stories about the study abroad program that he did, and then the tutoring that he does to help others. That face-to-face conversation, when life is slower and relaxed, is so different than a call or a FaceTime you get when they're away and busy with their lives, right? I'm grateful for all the laughter in the small moments, because those small moments and time and connection matter more to me than anything. It's the greatest gift I could receive during any holiday. It's something that money can't buy. So today my heart is full. It's full of love. And I've been thinking about how important it is to be around those we love, to have those moments with those who see us and love us for who we are, those who give back and fill the empty spaces in our hearts, especially as we get older. And hopefully we give that back to them. It keeps our heart tender and supple, doesn't it? I asked him what he thought my top 3 characteristics were, and he said, ambitious, resilient, kind, and compassionate. He grouped the last one together, but he sure knows his mama, and it made me smile. He also knows my weaknesses, how much I fret and how much I worry, but it's because I love them so much. And now, I resume my life and my routine. The house is eerily quiet again, except for the rooster that crows across the way to remind me that it is the dawn of a new day. And then I hear the lawnmowers active on the golf course as the sun rises. Yes, it is a new day, and I say it's going to be a great day. But the prompting for this podcast episode is just to share what this holiday season reminded me. Number 1, capture the moments that you have with those that you love and be present. Put your phone down. Go for those walks, those long walks. Linger. Play catch with a dog. Do activities like skiing if you enjoy that. Play pickleball, work out, hike, walk, or do whatever you like to do to connect. Because it's in those moments that you connect in a completely different way. I found that often in the mundane, the daily activities that bring out the most important moments. Number 2, allow yourself to adapt and change with each season. Don't hold on so tight to what was that you don't enjoy what is. Does that make sense? Treasure what was and the memories you've had, like all those moments and holidays when your kids were growing up and everyone was home. Hold them close in your heart, but then step forward and make room for new things, new beginnings, and new memories. Learn from me, because sometimes when we go through really hard things, we hold on to what was. Because I think in a way it protects our heart. But now, in this new season of my life, the role of a mother of adults, I call this M.O.A, M-O-A, that's my acronym, it's just different. It's still beautiful and wonderful, just different. We aren't involved in all the day-to-day smaller decisions and activities. We're now involved in the bigger ones. It's more listening to them, more like a coach, I suppose. We answer the phone when they call. And for me, I know I find myself listening far more than I do talking. But make the most of the time you get. Take those calls, be available, and be present. The third thing that I've learned is to make room for what's next, because each season of our life has a time to gather and a time to depart, a time that we raise our kids and then a time to set them free and let them fly, a time to love and laugh and heal, a time to learn, a time to grow and change, a time to start again, and then that time to step forward with your life and rediscover who you are. And for me, that time is now. And that leads to number 4, find your purpose. I also realize now more than ever just how important it is to have a purpose, and maybe a new purpose post raising our kids. I'm learning that it doesn't matter if you worked outside your home or stayed home with your kids. You still feel that sense of loss when your kids leave. It's just a part of life's process and the different seasons of our life and stepping forward, isn't it? I talk about this in my book, Step Forward. And as I shared on the podcast episode 38, just the one previous, we can start something new at any time, at any place, with what we have. And that includes at any age. It's not too late to start something new and start asking yourself those questions about what's next after you have raised your kids. And for any reason, if you are struggling and feeling alone and readjusting after your kids have returned to school or their adult lives, and you wonder what's next and find yourself at a crossroad, I just want to encourage you. I've been there. And here's a few things you can do. Number 1, realize you're not alone. This is all normal. It's normal to grieve what was as you transition from one season of your life to another. The second thing is journal. I love journaling. And there are numerous studies that cite the benefits of journaling. It's just so incredibly therapeutic. And you really have this opportunity to discover yourself through writing. It's amazing what ends up on that paper, all the good, bad, and messy thoughts, but allow them. I actually did an exercise a while back when I was on my own personal growth journey, and maybe it'll help you too. You can use this as a journal prompt, or you can just get out a separate piece of paper. But at the top, write what I like to do. Don't overthink it. Just write the words and phrases that come to your mind. Take your time. Do it in a quiet time of the day, perhaps with music, or just sit quietly when your mind is clear. For me, that is always first thing in the morning. But you choose your time. And when you're done writing down all those words and phrases about what you like to do, go back and circle or highlight the things that jump out at you. These become your breadcrumbs of curiosity that lead you towards trying new things. And then, just do it. So sign up for that class, start a new hobby, a new sport, or an activity. Join a group or a club. Start a podcast. Write, travel, or help others. Or maybe just have some more downtime. Whatever it is for you or those things that spark your interest and get you excited, do it. Try anything that seems fun, and don't be limited by your age. I just saw that a friend of mine posted on Instagram that she started playing pool and wants to reach a higher level. How awesome and fun is that? So you can try anything. And if you're unclear about where to start, well, just start and do that exercise that I've shared. We have so many tools available at our disposal today. We are in such an incredible age of information. All you have to do is Google or YouTube just about anything, right? And there are so many courses and webinars that we can take on just about anything. This is the self-education revolution, and so many are out there creating courses and teaching and sharing how they started their thing, whether it's starting a podcast or book or business or learning how to jump rope or doing an Etsy craft. Anything is possible. So finally, the third thing that I want to encourage you to do is to join a group of women who have experienced or are currently experiencing what you are going through right now. It's how we learn from one another and we create this connection. It will lift you up, encourage you, and remind you that you are not alone. It's so important. And I will be creating a group here very shortly, so stay tuned. I want to help all of my Redlo women step forward with their lives within a safe space where we can talk about and share things that we're struggling with, how to overcome them, and discuss those things that really matter most to us. And finally, just take care of you. Allow yourself to feel all the feels and know that I'm feeling it all with you. I don't have all the answers. I just want to share what I've learned and encourage you to step forward with your life. Accept that you have a heart full of love for your children. And it's such a gift. It's a gift to be sad when they depart and leave. It means we love fully. Elizabeth Gilbert says that grief has a lot in common with love. Isn't that beautiful? Grief of any kind, big or small, means that we love. So, celebrate what an amazing and imperfect parent you are. I know the amount of work it takes to raise children. It's hard. And I'm so proud of you for all that you have done. You are amazing. You know why? Because you show up. You show up through the good, difficult, and amazing moments. Keep celebrating it all. When my son left, I told him to be grateful that I drive him absolutely crazy with all of my nagging questions, because it means I love you. And on that note, don't forget to tell your kids often that you will always love them more. And on that emotional note, I want you to know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, and you belong right here on this podcast and right where you are today. You matter. Thank you so much for being here. And now let's step forward together, one step at a time. Until we meet again, may God truly bless you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm your host, Terri Mullen, and this is the Hello Redlo podcast. I show up here each week helping mostly midlife women step forward with their lives. We talk about how to navigate our life transitions, overcome obstacles and hard things, and how to rediscover who we are now in this season of life. If you are enjoying this podcast, please be sure to share this with your friends, leave a review, and then also sign up for my newsletter. You can find that in the link in the bio in the Hello Redlo Instagram. Until we meet again, have an amazing day.